Continuing on with about page 23. Notice something really important about the order we did stuff in. Notice that we entered the words and the formulas, and then we're going to work on making it pretty. Too often I see students enter the title and then they go format it and they work on pretty before they've done the numbers. Trust me, from all the years of experience, get the numbers done. There is something that you can do, we'll illustrate in a later video, that you can go in and put in just basic commas in the numbers to help keep track of things. But other than that, you shouldn't do much. Okay, click A1 to make it active. Click the Cell Styles button on the Home tab. That's right there. And point to Title. Unfortunately, because of the size of the screen, it is off the screen to the right. Just trust me, I'm hitting it. It will temporarily change it as you hover over these different styles. But once you click on it, then it makes it permanent. It's kind of nice. You can preview what you're doing. Now, they aren't going to make any changes to that. They're going to settle for the one that was there. Now in A2 on page 24, this time instead of using a style, we're simply going to do fonts. This is the font group, font box arrow in the Home tab font group. Ooh. And you can get to the one you want a couple of different ways. It's Cambria. If we were to type CAM, it would take us to that in the list. That's something that's a real efficiency for you to know. When you want to get Times New Roman, you can type TI and get down there in the list. Okay, so we want Cambria. And we want it bold. That's this thing here. And we would like to increase the font size. There are a couple of different ways you can do this. You can use this A thing here, which increases the font size. Or you can hit the drop down here and pick the specific point size off of a list, and they wanted 14. A2 is still selected, and we want to change the color. That's this thing. And it is in column 4, row 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's dark blue text 2. You let it hover for a second and you can see what it is to match up with the book. So now we're on page 28. Save Sable River Foundation is in A1. No problem. What we can do is merge the cells. Now this is the danger. If you don't have total out there and people merge it too soon, then they only have it merged through column G, then they add total and they don't know how to fix it. If you wait until the numbers are done in your spreadsheet and work on it afterwards, it's much safer. So the way you do this is highlight across, and then on Home we have the Merge and Center. Now they tell you just to click it. I'm going to hit the drop down, however, so you can see the options. We're going to click Merge and Center, and that's what we want. But you can merge it without centering, which may be what you want to do in Chapter 3. And you can center across. Gee, I don't know where that one is. We're going to pick the first one. That's what they wanted. So we're supposed to do the same thing for this one. This time, instead of hitting the drop down, I will just hit that. Very quickly, you can get it centered. Page 29, to format column titles, click cell A3. Notice they're in A3. There's nothing there, but we kind of want the formatting to extend there. So we will highlight those, and we'll click the Cell Styles button, and we will point to heading 3. Oh yay, that one's showing for you. See, if I hadn't had it in A3, I wouldn't have gotten the blue line in A3. So now we're in A9 for the total. This is down at the bottom of 30. And we're going to do the cell styles again. And total is way off the screen on the right. Alright. The only trouble is those numbers are not formatted, are they? And I'm going to do things a little bit differently than they do in the book. They have you working on the dollar signs and then the commas. Trust me, it's better if you simply highlight all your numbers first, click the comma, you've got them. But if I wanted to get the dollar signs on the top row and the bottom row, here's something that they won't teach you until a later chapter. I highlight the first one, let go of the mouse, let go of the keyboard, hold down Control, highlight with the mouse. Now they're both selected, and I can choose the dollar sign there and get them both at once. Notice that it automatically widens the columns to accommodate these. That's a very nice feature. Now, we need to adjust the column widths. The first one, notice that the words are not showing. Can't see phonathon, and people will get all bent out of shape and they'll have an extra blank column B. No. Just double click, we'll widen it, or you can manually grab and widen it. Personal opinion, I think it's a little tight. What I always do is double click it and then widen it what I estimate to be one more letter. Now, the column headings, I might have missed that. This had to have been something that all of the instructors asked the publisher because they never used to do this. We all want to see those column headings centered. Like that. Now, I can't tell. Column width 11.86. Which one looked like it was the biggest? Chambers City. Column width 11.86. It looks like they're all the same width. There is a principle on page 21, I believe. It says make the column widths, if they are similar type of numbers, they should all be the same. So the trick would be to find the widest one and figure out what size column width you need for it, and then make all of the rest of them the same size. You can do that by highlighting the column letters up above, doing a right mouse button, column width, and they were all 11.86. We could make them 12 if we wanted to, and that makes the right one a little too small. Whenever you see the pound signs, it means that it is too small. I once had a nurse lawyer argue with me, no, it means the number is too big. Whatever. You have to change the column width to accommodate it. That's looking pretty good now. They may talk about specific column widths in the book. You know what? These days with the different screen drivers with notebooks and laptops and desktops, just make it look nice. We only notice it when it looks bad. So on page 34 they say use the name box to select a cell. You can click on that thing in the upper hand corner and I can type A3, whoop-de-doo. When it's a little spreadsheet like this, it's kind of meaningless, but if you have one that extends for pages and pages and lines, that is an easy way to get to a specific spot. We are going to save the file again. Once you've got the file created, don't do a save as. Just hit the picture of the diskette to save it. You do remember what a diskette looks like, right? And that was the old way of saving things. So we'll save it, and we'll come back and see you again another time. We'll put the chart in. Bye.